Hello, so a few days ago they released a remake of Wizardry Proving Grounds to Mad Overlord. If you aren't familiar with this game, this is essentially the granddaddy of like all role-playing video games. It originally came out for the Apple II in 1981. It's been ported to many places such as the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, and many other places. Like I said, it's just a class like the classic RPG. Like I said, this game was like the inspiration for games like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Phantasy Star, Megami Tensei, and many others. So it's like I said, so it's a super important game. Like I said, it's generally considered to be a classic. For the most part, it's pretty good, but there's actually one controversy that's kind of popped up with this game, and that has a lot to do with the music. Like, and so the game went through like an early access period and had like a different soundtrack, but like including like, but the original soundtrack they had was based off the NES soundtrack by Kentaro Haneda, including the combat music, but now they have different combat music, and a lot of people are really upset about this. Like, even though this music is actually good, if you just listen to it for a second, like, this is good. This is not, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's, you know, like we had a remix of Haneda's work, and like I said, and if we want to, so listen to this for a second, then I'll bring up the other one, like from the early access, and you can hear the difference. Alright, so listen to this one now. Right, like I said, so this is just a lot of people find this one better. It's not even necessarily it's technically better, but this is a remix of, like I said, this is an orchestral remake of like I said, of Haneda's original work, and a lot of people prefer this one over like the new ones. Right, said just a really iconic track. Like, people love the original battle music. A lot of it just said nostalgia, but just for reference sake, I'm gonna put up the original one so you can hear what that one sounded like. This track honestly is like a total banger. As far as 8-bit RPG battle themes go, this is easily one of the most iconic, probably right up there with the Phantasy Star battle theme. And there's no one knows why it was removed, but I said because it was in the early access for like months, and some people thought it might be. Some people are speculating it might be a rights issue, but that doesn't seem likely considering the title screen music is also a remake of Haneda's work. So let's go to the original title screen, and then I'll follow it up with the remade title screen. Just iconic. Like, this is just a really good, like, title screen music for, like, the 8-bit era. I mean, this is just, when people think about Wizardry, a lot of people think about this track because it just really is, like, one of the most famous tracks outside the battle theme. And for comparison's sake, here's the new title screen. So yeah, definitely a remix of the original. So it's very unlikely it's a rights issue because they are remixing at least the opening theme song. And I would imagine if they can get the opening theme song, they could also get the rights to the battle music. So yeah, I'm not sure why they removed it. If you look at the official website by Dreecom, they also have an announcement by the game. And if you don't know, Dreecom is the Japanese game company that owns the rights to the Wizardry franchise. But like I said, this is all official through them. It's not like, you know, some company just doing a remake on whim. Like, it's all definitely partnered with. Talks about Digital Eclipse here. Says Steam says has very positive reviews from the early access, and also says that Winifred Phillips did remake the theme song, but there's no mention of the battle theme anymore. I'm not sure why the battle theme got cut, like, or what the changes, but a lot of people really do seem unhappy about this. Like, if you go to like YouTube and do a search for like the actual Wizardry under the Japanese title right now, you will see a lot of videos about the remake on YouTube. Like I said, this game was always really popular in Japan. Like, it was, like I said, it was an American game originally, but it became really popular in Japan. Like, and you'll see a lot of videos here. But it's like, if you go to like some of these videos, like just looking at the comments though, like a lot of people are talking about the background music. Like, here's a few comments I found. Like, all these ones here I'm showing on the screen, like, these are all under the same video, and I'm going to show you the translations as well. These are the Google Translates. If you could just, if you're using YouTube, you can actually click for the auto translate from Google. But these are all under one video, and there's a lot of people really upset about the music change. A lot of people just said they just rather have like the original, I think. And I do think, right, like I said, as much as the soundtrack, the remade soundtrack is good, I do think it's good overall. But I just think the battle music should not have been changed, or it should be included as like one of the other ones, like as another battle theme that's like cycled through the other ones. But yeah, I know this is something like, if something you care about though, definitely put feedback here. Through the, like I said, in Steam forums or wherever, just try to, if you can get their attention, you know, you might be able to get this, but otherwise there'll probably be, some will probably eventually modded back in, like at least on the PC version though. If you got it for like a physical version, like on Switch or PlayStation, you're gonna have a lot harder time modding that. So yeah, I just think that's something they need to put back in the game. I mean, that original battle theme is just super iconic, and you know, having that remake, I've said, was pretty good, and you know, I know a lot of other players would. I mean, but especially though for a game like this that's gonna do most of its sales out of Japan. Like if you go to the Steam official web page on this and then go to the screenshots page, almost all of these are from Japanese players. Like you see Japanese text on almost all of these, and that's because Japan is gonna be where most of the sales happen. Like the main people who want to play this game are gonna be in Japan, right? And for them, like not having the Haneda's battle theme in there, I think is, you know, just gonna hurt the game. I think the game will do better. This one's German, but I think they could do better. Like even if it's just like it can coexist with the other battle themes they did. Like it could just be like a rotation or something. It'll be like most battle themes and randomly choose one or whatever. But I think that's something a lot of players would definitely enjoy. Like even myself, like I said, my first experience with Wizardry was on the NES version. So that's the version I'm familiar with. I still have my NES cartridge. So again, just kind of like, you know, having it with the classic music, again, that just, right, that's for millions of players. That's how they remember the game. And so that is definitely one thing I do hope they can get back. But yeah, no, look, these are from Japanese players. Like, so a lot of them modded ports. Body ports are pretty easy in this game. Especially if you don't like the default ones, which I personally don't. So I'll probably, if I ever do a playthrough of this, I'll probably mod it. I don't know, like if you guys would want to see me do a playthrough. I don't know if I want to do a playthrough of the game like this, because I just finished my playthrough of Core Crossing, the episode, so that will be coming over the next last few episodes will come over like the next few days. But you know, like I said, that's something I've been playing. But I do like games like this. I do like Wizardry. But you know, you can buy this off Steam. You can buy this off Good Old Games. Generally, I recommend buying off Good Old Games if you can. GOG.com over Steam, just because they have, you know, it just said you don't have to go through the Steam thing. You don't have to have the Steam UI interface to actually load it. So, like I said, so it's just a lot easier to do. I just think GOG's a bit easier to work with on most games if it's an option. But yeah, not too much more to say on this one. If you're interested in Core Crossing though, like my playthrough of that, you can find the first episode down below. And as always, thank you for watching.